It's time to do a walk around. I do them at work when customers come in, but standing here on Fraser Island, no better place to show off my rig. We're up at Sandy Cape. We've just seen 2 whales and 2 dolphins. It's just an amazing spot to be. But anyway, about my HJ47. It's a 1983 and a few of you would have seen me doing some work on it recently. It started with a few rust repairs. I was going to just take the roof and the guard off, and before you know it, the complete cab, every panel come off, sandblasted. I had rust in the floors. So it was a bit of a race for time to get it back together. It's come up a treat. We're not finished yet. I got it done in time for Fraser Island, but there's still things I've got to do. My tray. Tray needs a lot of love. A good mate of mine built the top of this tray, but the cancer's down in the bottom, so we're going to fix that up when we get back. And there's also a few electrical things to do. I'm missing a stereo, and boy, I could use it now because I've got the car builder's deadener inside. Starting up at the front, I actually put this bull bar on it. It come with a farm gate cattle grid, and I thought it was an ARB bar. It's not, but I love it, and it stays there. Good mate Grant made my scrub rails. I actually did some 4-wheel driving and stoved in underneath, and so I thought, well, it was time to change that. So good mate's custom made my rails. You can't buy them off the shelf. And I've had a lot of different lights over the years. I'm about to put some new spotties on it, but I've got the Terralume headlights on at the moment, and they work a treat at night, ADR approved. So happy that we've started to stock and sell Terralume now. Very happy with this Australian owned company here in Queensland. 47, it's got the 2H. Well, since I've owned it, I've put the turbo on. One of the first mods was the turbo, and come up a treat. But I had the Donaldson on the guard, and the Donaldson themselves said that their product wasn't good enough for a turbo 2H because of the small amount of air intake. So good friends Whistle and Soot spoke to Harley, and over the moon. I've just tested, this is the first trip with the 4-inch intake. A lot more air's going in there. We've got the Whistle and Soot airbox now, and that's crucial for me because I run a turbo and I have aircon. You can't have the factory airbox in there. So Whistle and Soot have done an awesome job there. While we're at it, Harley's hooked me up with the crossover pipe and the custom. I've got a 3.5-inch dump pipe, so we've dumped it all the way out to the back corner, and so the old 2H has got quite a nice note to it now. When I got it, I did the 2-inch lift. Does have extended shackles, so it was essentially a 3-inch lift. And the second thing I did was the dual battery. You go camping, you need a fridge, plug in your phone, things like that. So did that very early on. And I also put a 5-speed in it. It's dropped the revs, sitting at 100k an hour. I'm revving at 3 grand. Well, that's dropped it to just under 2.5. I've got a 70 series 5-speed in there. And pretty lucky in the wrecking game. I get to get some parts, and I wrecked a car with an ARB air locker, and I've also wrecked a car with Harrop E-locker. So I've got one of each. Before they went in, fully rebuilt the diffs, and I've rebuilt the diffs a few times over the years. I also have a Hayman's Reese. I had a cheaper one. I see on a lot of them, and it sort of did some damage in me in the rear of the chassis. Fixed that up, now got the Hayman's Reese. And one of my most favourite things outside of this car is the old man visor. And boy, does it, you can probably see it cuts the shade on the bonnet. It really cuts the light out, and it's just a really cool look. Well, let's move into the interior and see what's going on in there. You've got to excuse the mess, there's shit everywhere. We're on Fraser Island, that's what you do. You have the cab full, got teddy bears and salt and vinegar chips, all sorts of stuff going on. But starting with the roof, I've put the sound deadener in there, the car builders. Not only the roof, the firewall, the rear wall, the floors. It's 2 stages, and I've got the true fit vinyl floor coming. So inside isn't finished yet. There's things like stereo missing. I've got door cards on back order, but all the weather strips are brand new, genuine, terrain tamer. I've used a few different products there, and really happy. All the noises are eliminated. You know, With the dash, it's been fully resprayed. Put my old dash back in, but it's all been resprayed and the cluster's been rebuilt. Blade fuses, Richard's done a lot of wiring on there. A while ago he's put blade fuse box in there. You can buy them at a servo and stuff. You can't with the glass ones anymore, so they just redundant, they don't make any sense. And I've got to mention the child seat. That's been there since my daughter's a baby. She first went to Fraser Island at 18 months old. We're back again at 6 years old, so that's a mod plate. You can't just go and whack a baby seat in a ute. So I had that all signed off when I had a few other things signed off. I'm really happy with what's going on in here at the moment. I'm over the moon. They're on eBay. I've got some custom cup holders now that I've gone back to the original seats. You just type in cup holders, HJ45, HJ47, and they work a treat. They hold your coffee, your beer, your water, maybe not your beer, and absolute treat. But that's the interior. I'm real happy at the moment, and not to forget the tinted windows. It's so dark in here. I've got the visor, the tinted windows. It's just, in summer, it's really, really impressive. And what I am waiting for is to get the aircon back in there, because I used to have a lot of trouble with heat coming through the firewall. My stereo would be boiling hot. I'd open up the glove box. Inside there's boiling hot. Now with this car builders, it's just a new car. I can open up the glove box. It's all cool in there, so I can't wait for summer, get the aircon, and it may actually work for the first time ever and keep me cool. I do want to say a few more things outside. The high lift jack mount bracket, I used to throw it in the back. It was a pain to dig it out. I don't want to bolt it on the roof and climb up there all the time, so we've got these in stock. They're Queensland made, very happy with these. And so that's been there, that'll live there now. I've also got the 80 series booster upgrade. I had the 47 one fail on me, so instead of fixing that, I've gone the 80 series, and so impressed with that when I'm towing that we've got the adapter and the boosters, masters, they're all on the shelf now. And this one's got 60 series power steer. I did have a 45 series rigged up in there, but I ended up changing that out, and we've got 80 series intermediate, and the columns re-spline. It's all custom, but it's pretty much Toyota parts. The tyres are KM3s. I've only done about 12,000 K, so early days, but I'm happy. At this stage, I'll probably be running another set of them. I'm over the moon. We've had this apart. The reason I'm here on Fraser right now is because the support I've had at work with CJ, Mick, Richard, and Maxie. Maxie, the apprentice, stays back every night. He does anyway, but he stayed back to help me build this, and it's come up a right treat. But I've also got to thank David and Sean, you both know who you are, for helping me get this. You come in on your days off and help build this thing. We've made our deadline, a few things to tweak when we get back, but look where I am.